G'day guys. Got some interesting information. Um, I think one of the other videos I've done just recently, I showed a half upgraded Gold Monster 1000, and I was only halfway through it, but I decided to do some demos. But I did finish it off, and it was a lot better than in that in the room demo I did. Now, I recall that there was a fellow in the US. He did a Gold Monster 1000. He did a series of testing, and then we got a fellow here in Australia who got his done and did some testing as well. So we're getting very, very similar results on the Gold Monster 1000. I haven't got a 2000 yet, so I don't know what can and what can't be done to it. And I have no idea if the upgraded 1000 will in any way beat or come close to the 2000. I just don't know. You can always find out for yourself and go and buy one and try it out. But yeah, I was just having a look, and you know, there's so much information just comes my way, and it's sometimes just overwhelming. It's just too much of it. But I did go through having a look at this Gold Monster 1000 test. It's done by someone totally independent. I've got it. I'll grab this thing here, and I had it up on the computer. The computer's just turned off, of course, just to make life difficult. But we'll go around again, and I'll touch it, or touch the mouse or something, and there we go. This is this fellow who did this test, and he did a test on a 0.15 grammer and a 0.22 grammer, and as you can see there, these are very old upgrades. These were done, well, I'll have a look at the date on the video, I can tell you, but yeah, he was getting pre on his 0.15, he was getting 7 centimeters, then he could get it at 8. The 0.22, he was getting it at 8 centimeters, and then he could get it at 9 to 10. But if I actually, hang on, I'll just get out of this for a second. There we go. And yeah, should have a date on it somewhere. Yeah, where is he? Anyway, Australian gold detecting. Australian gold detecting. There you go. At Metal Detecting Fun. I'll put his link. I'll put his link in this video. So yeah, he's got a lot of information on his site, and yeah, there you go. Got tons of interesting stuff. Oh, he's got his, he's got stuff on the Elgo Force. A big nugget. So yeah, but his tests on the well, he's got a lot of tests in there. He does more stuff back at his house, but that's the old upgrades. So yeah, that's his channel there. I'll click that little link. That probably doesn't make any difference, does it? It goes back to the same thing. So yeah, Australian gold detecting. But I'm going to tell you some stuff about the gold monsters. Now, this is relatively important. I've been told that one of our customers has been getting funny effects with his gold monster, and he changed the shaft. Okay, whatever the gold monster comes with, I haven't got a gold monster here at the moment. They've all gone back to their owners. So um, yeah, I can't do a show and tell. Um, but people have changed the shaft. Now, I should have actually taken notice of what's on the gold monster. Um, and the one we had is out being used by someone. So I just don't have any reference stuff at all. I don't have any gold monster stuff. But anyway, to cut a long story short, some of these new carbon fibre shafts are having an effect on the coil of the detector. Now, carbon fibre itself, the way that it's incorporated into detector shaft building, it makes it light, makes it strong. But there is an issue. Maybe you can stab it with a multimeter and you don't get a reading. You'll say it's non-conductive. But the fibres, if they are in the shaft long ways, the shaft's that way and the fibres are that way as well, they act like little conductors. They act like, even to a point of acting like little resistors. Um, and what's that's doing? It's having an effect on the transmitted signal from the coil. It's causing, look, it's probably causing a bit of the signal to disappear. You can't measure it, but technically it's burnt off as heat. But it's such low level, you're not going to, it's not going to cook an ant. But these things are very low level that you're not going to perceive it. Just atmospheric conditions around it will take away the heat if there's any there. You'd have to put it in a vacuum chamber and, put a infrared thermometer on it or something. You might see it go up 0.00001 degree or something. But it could also skew the signal and, make it not as symmetrical as it should be. Like I say, I don't know. I'm just thinking of what is going on. And yeah, he said that if you got the coil and you got the shaft in it, and you do that, the detector sounds off. So, and it didn't do it on the original shaft. So be wary that if you have aftermarket shafts, just get don't have it on the coil, but just wave it on the coil to see if it sounds off. Put it in a manual setting so you can hear it, and just see if it sounds off if you're waving the shaft over the coil. And this probably goes for all detectors, especially any type of VLF detector. PI, I've never found it. I do have aftermarket shafts, and I've never had an issue, but I would say that the VLFs are probably more susceptible, especially with the smaller coil, more concentrated field. It you don't want to have anything upsetting your detector coil in any way. You don't want it sounding off. You don't want it doing any sort of adverse effects whatsoever. So check your shafts on your coils with the detector on, of course. Just put it out somewhere on the grass and just in the backyard, whatever, and just go over it with the shaft and just see if it sounds off. Yeah, so I've got these, got some shafts actually. I've got some rods I got from China. I've got these ones. These are actually a carbon tube. It's for another project, and yeah, that's as far as I can bend it, I think. But yeah, oh, so yeah, I'm gonna have to check these too to see if they interfere with what I was building or going to build if I ever get around to it. So yeah. Now, what I was going to say that with the last, I don't know, it's probably the last 5 Gold Monster 1000s that we've done up in the last week. To the guys that have got them back, yeah, give us some feedback on what you think, and check your shafts too. Yeah, because David tested that. He went out because he lives right next to the forest, so he can just nick off, and said it's very, very quiet, and it's got a lot more punch. Actually, I think it should be here. This is from just local. I've got 2 little ones here, and this is the little local ones I got. And that was just testing the Gold Monster just to make sure that it was all hunky dory. I didn't make a video. I was just running out and just did a quick test on the ground, and I should have taken the video. I should have taken all my stuff to do videos, but I didn't. So yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma because we've got Gold Monsters we've done out there, but now we can do them better. So yeah, I want to just get the feedback anyway on the ones we did last week anyway. Get the feedback and just see how good they are. And I've got a fellow who's going to drop a 2000 in, and we're going to have a good look at the 2000 and see what can be done to that. Like, who knows? It might be all sealed up modules. I don't know. Could be. Might not be. Apart from that, yeah. I'll tell you what, though, at the moment, if you look on the workbench over there, there's we've had a lot of SD detectors come through, and it's a 50-50 mix of blown up detectors. They just fail. Eventually, they all fail. So we've been fixing those up. I'll tell you what, though, guys, if you've got one old SD, and it's got the boost power supply in it, which gives it the 6 volts above its 6-volt ground. I keep thinking of English cars when I say that, but old English cars, they're all positive to ground, crazy things. And some Volkswagens were too. But yeah, the capacitors on those supplies near that switch mode section, the 2 smaller electrolytics, those things, I've had them down to about 10 or so microfarads. They're meant to be 220s or something. So makes the detector really, really noisy. So if you feel up to it, you can swap those capacitors out. And when you take them out, make sure you don't rip the through plates out of the board. And also, because they're all painted white and the board isn't marked, right, you can get the polarity around the wrong way, and you put it in there and it will go bang, it'll explode. So what you got to do is when you take the capacitors out, the only place the white paint did not get is on the bottom of the capacitors. I might have one here, or did I chuck them out? I'll have a quick look over here. Hang on. I'll get rid of these things. Might be here, might not be here. Might have hit the bin. But you never know. Definitely not there. Here's my bin, and it's full of stuff. But if there was caps in there, they're probably gone down the bottom. No, not to worry. Not to worry. Okay. How about I just show you on a normal capacitor? So if you do want to change things devices. Isn't it funny? And it's a capacitor. I can't find any. They're here. I've got hundreds of the things, if not thousands. Oh, here's one. Here's some here. And you can put bigger capacitors in there too. Okay, I'm back online. Yeah, they're about that size actually, but these are 10 volt, 3300. And yeah, I'd replace it with something like that. It's much better than what's in there. More filtering, the better. So when you pull these things out, they're all covered in white paint. And you go, and if it falls out the board, you won't know which way it went in because the board's not marked. So what you've got to do is when you take it out, make sure you don't rotate it and have a look on the bottom. See there? That's all you're going to see is that there. And there's nothing on this side. So that's a negative line. You can see that there. Yeah, there we go. It's focused now. Good on you. That's a negative indicator for the negative there. But the only thing you're going to see is that little bit of white there on the bottom, because when they spray these things with white paint, that doesn't get covered. So you'll know when you pull it out, make sure that you get that right. You don't need to do the other caps. You could possibly do, I'm not going to say do that other thing and one have 200 volts on it and zap you, the big one, but usually they're okay. They're about 100 microfarads for memory, but yeah, these ones dry out. They just well, over 20 years. So electrolytics capacitors usually have a lifetime of, depending on the grade. They grade them at like 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, 4,000 hours, and 10,000 hours, and that'll cost you. But a lot of the ones that are in there are probably in the early days when they were made are probably 1,000 hour types, and they also greatly degrade when they get hot. So if they're getting hot, even out in the sun, the whole thing heats up, and you're using it, they'll die a lot quicker. So you might, over how much detecting season, I don't know, 1,000 hours of detecting is a long time. But you, if you kept doing it for some years, yes. Anyway, they go down in value. Just get rid of them, chuck them out, remove them, replace them, put something bigger in there. So even these ones here, they're all got a temperature rating on them. Usually, these are Chemet. They got a code. Oh no, these are pretty woeful actually. Well, yeah, these are woeful. They're only rated to 85C, right? 85 degrees Celsius. So if you're out detecting in 85 degree Celsius temperatures, you won't be detecting for very long. So most of the newer modern caps are rated for 105 degrees. Usually just because the circuits get hot near them in power supplies and that. Metal detector, you get away with stuff like that. 85C is fine. I have seen caps down as low as 50C. That's their old types of electrolytic capacitors. I wouldn't use those, especially if you're going out into desert areas where it gets hot. The sun hitting the detector and heating it up, those capacitors will degrade a lot quicker. They might not have been 50, it might have been 55, I think, from memory. But like I say, it's a long time ago, and some of this old stuff's still kicking around. So the gold monsters are very interesting at the moment. When I was doing the tests on the bench, yeah, really, really greatly improved in overall depth, and sensitivity went up as well. So, like I say, yeah, it'd be good to get some feedback. Feedback in the comments is the way to go. And yeah, I wish I got the other one back. If I got the other one back, I'd put the new upgrades in it, and we'd give it to someone to go for a swing, someone local, go and swing it around and give us a feedback on that. But yeah, like people want their detectors back. I can't hold on to them for a long period of time because you know, well, I've got my own anyway. But yeah, doing testing and that usually puts you under the pump. You got to get it done, do it in the lab, then run out in the bush, give it a test. And when you're doing that, you're not doing other people's detectors. Like if you're just looking around, well, this place is full of detectors. Like even if I got this camera here and oops, we'll do an earthquake. Like even if I just go and look down there, there's tubs of detectors there, and they're all on the shelf up there, but you can see all the labels. There's more down there. Those there's detectors everywhere, so it's just something you can't escape. Now I was going to ask a question, but I don't know if I should ask it because what will happen if I ask this question? It's about manufacturing something, making something, and if I actually say what it is, not having it made, it's going to give everyone a heads up, and they'll probably throw hundreds of thousands of dollars at it trying to make it before I could get something made and out to market as such. So I don't know if I should say it or not. I don't think I can. I've really got to think about this. No, I can't. There's a lot of stuff I still can't talk about because I can do little bits of show and tell, but I can't do a lot because it just gives the game away. There's something else I was thinking about too. I was going to say, yeah. Oh well, I'll leave it there anyway because all it was really to do with is aftermarket carbon shafts on VLF type detectors, even coin detectors. I know. I've seen it on someone did a video on it. I know who it was. It was Carl Morland did a video with an aftermarket carbon shaft or something on a VLF, and he was moving the coil shaft and the detector was going off. So, well, that's an ex-Watts detector engineer. Still does detectors as far as I know. But yeah, just be wary of aftermarket stuff, just in case it looks good, but it's never been tested properly or something like that. Anyway, yeah, catches.